Welcome, cooks, to the Recipe Vault. Today we're making cheesy chili tots. These come from this recipe collection. This is a handwritten recipe collection that I got from somebody in Lubbock, Texas. So Texas, today we're making your take on the tater tots. Welcome to the Amy Learns to Cook kitchen. So we're doing something a little bit weird. This recipe, you can do it in a 13 by 9, but the recipe says 2 8 by 8. So that's what we're going to do. And because Eric likes things different than I like it, I'm splitting the recipe and I'm going to create one for me and one for him. That's because he likes beef and I like turkey. And he wants cheese and I don't want cheese. So the recipe doesn't call for onions. But I'm an onion head, so we're putting onions in our version. So I'm going to go ahead and put onions in this pan. Whew. I cut these and put them into deli containers so I wouldn't constantly cry. I got double onion action going on. Woo. Now this is fun. So we're going to saute these until they're translucent. Can I do one in each hand? And we'll be back. Okay, so these are looking pretty good. So I have a half pound. The recipe calls for a pound of meat. I've got a half pound of beef in this one. And we're doing a half a pound of ground turkey in this one. Doesn't like making it a little more complicated for myself.
So for those people scoring at home, if they're just using one pan, it'd be 1 pound of their favorite meat.
Yeah. Whatever kind of meat you want. And one thing this recipe doesn't call for seasoning the meat. Of course, we're going to be putting it in a bunch of sauce, but I got to season it a little
Well,
bit.
they don't want to ruin the chili, right, Boo-Boo?
That's not ruining it to me. That's bringing flavor to me. So I'm going to go ahead and brown these meats off. Okay, we're looking pretty good here. So this, I can tell you what I would do. I'm following the recipe, but I can tell you what I would do. I would just make the chili sauce in here with fresh ingredients, but that's not what this calls for. This calls for a can of chili. So we're using the Wolf chili. This won our chili tasting competition a few years ago. I will put a link to that up here. We chose Wolf as our favorite canned chili. That's what.
On the West Coast, it may not be available unless you use Amazon or something. So in that case, use Nowlies with Walla Walla onions.
So this is chili without beans that they're calling for. So that's what we have here. And over here we're going chili. So the recipe calls for 2 cans of chili, so we're going to put 1 in each. I'm going to tell you, I'm not really like a super duper canned food and, well, I'm not at all a canned food and processed food kind of person, so I tend to stay away from this kind of stuff. I would make this from scratch normally.
But it takes a while.
Yeah, but it'll take longer. So they're calling for a can of sliced olives, so I'm going to put half in there and half in there. That's kind of an odd ingredient. 1 can of tomato sauce. So I'm gonna put half the can in here, half the can in here. And they call for 1 can of fire roasted green chilies, but I'm a chili head, so I'm putting in 2 cans. I'm putting 1 can in here and 1 can in here. Because that's how I roll. And then we're going to let this cook up for a little bit. They just say mix it together. I'm gonna let it heat through. So when that happens, we'll be back. Eric's a little spoiled because he's got his nose up in the air about this.
Yeah, I got tater tots and canned wolf chili. What's there not to be happy about?
So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put, this is Eric's delightful concoction. Yeah, I would say 100%. This is a good recipe, maybe if you have leftover chili, a good way to turn it into a different kind of fast dish. I mean, I'm not like a tater tot person, so.
But if you like canned chili and you like tater tots,
Yeah.
you know, it's a match made in heaven, right?
If that's your thing, Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock, Texas, you'd think they would be using real chili. Love it. We're gonna cover this.
What does Cassie?
Cheese.
What does Cassie think about this?
Cassie? Oh.
Chili Appreciation Society.
Yeah, no member of Cassie. Or,
ICS is the other one.
yeah, ICS.
International chili.
Nobody would be digging that.
Well, they could eat it. They just don't know.
So, tater tots on top. Do we want to line our taters fancy like?
No, you just need to put them in there so they can cook.
I want to line them fancy like. Because I'm bougie. I got bougie tater tot casserole. So I think tater tot casserole is sort of like this take on shepherd's pie for like the quick dinner, because you don't, like someone who doesn't want to go and make the mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes really wouldn't be, I don't know, it wouldn't work that great with this, but this is sort of a take on tater tot casserole.
I don't know, based on the price you got to pay at the supermarket, somebody's buying tater tots, because if they weren't, they'd be cheaper. Seriously.
Tater tots are expensive?
You think?
I don't know.
$4.50 for like 28 ounces. The recipe called for 32. Got news for you. 32 don't exist anymore. It's now 28. Unless you cheat like I did, get a 5-pound bag.
Yeah, what are we going to do with these tater tots, though?
Throw them back in the freezer until the next recipe.
We throw them out because they're freezer burnt?
No, they won't get freezer burnt. Oh, come on, boo-boo. I'll cook you up a mean
Tater tot casserole?
Saturday morning breakfast, yeah?
Oh, yeah, you can eat them with breakfast.
Yeah.
I'd rather have fresh potatoes.
Throw these things in the air fryer, they'll be done in no time.
Yeah, air fryer, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd rather have fresh potato.
That's too much work.
There we go.
Yay.
That's bougie tater tot
Got
casserole.
one done.
Okay, so here's our turkey version. That will be cheese-free. It would be really easy to make this fresh chili. All you would have to do is put a little, same ingredients, put a little bit of chicken broth, cook more meat, obviously, put a little chicken broth, and put your chili spices. Chili
powder, cumin.
Yeah. Mexican oregano, granulated garlic, stuff like that.
MSG.
Sangoya. So let me finish this and I'll be back. Okay, so we have this done. bougie style. I'm going to put these in the oven 35 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. They say cover it, but I don't want soggy tater tots, so I'm going to leave it uncovered and see what happens. I might have to cover them part of the way through, but I don't want these just to steam. So when it's done, we'll be back. Okay, Chili Tots. It is out of the oven, and that's what Chili Tots look like, right? So this is like one of those comfort kind of food. You look at it and you're like, that's not really all that attractive, right? Hey, it is what it is.
Hey, meat and potatoes, right?
I guess.
With a little sauce.
So we have our cheese. The chili sort of bubbled up over there. We have our tater tots. It's kind of juicy little thing. That's how it looks there. That's Chili Tots. I guess when you scoop it out, it doesn't look as bad. Kind of just looks like Chili Tots, right? Might be kind of good. Might be.
Thank you, Boo-Boo. I appreciate all your hard work.
You're welcome. So let me make sure there's no cheese on here. Let me get a little bit of mine. It's kind of an interesting thing we're doing. So there's mine without the cheese. And we'll go ahead and take the taste. I think it would be better with homemade chili. I can tell you that because I'm not a big fan of canned chili. Hot. That's kind of tasty. In a canned casserole kind of way.
Yeah, I mean, that tastes like dog food.
So, like I said, my chili has way more chili taste. This is like a really mild, kind of like a chili taste for the average person, because the average person isn't used to like a really rich chili. Yeah.
Plus, we're talking ConAgra Foods here.
Yeah.
They're not going to spend the money.
To me, it would definitely make more sense to put a little bit of chicken broth in there, cook up a little bit more meat, and then just use some seasonings, make a chili in there, and use it like that. It would taste better. It doesn't taste bad.
No.
Kids like this kind of dish.
Oh, thank you.
It's a quick family kind of dish.
I like the cheese. I like the olives.
I would put more olives. Kind of interesting recipe, Vol. I definitely wouldn't say it's a fail, but it's not.
No.
It was pretty good, right? I'll put a link down in the description to my website where you can get this recipe.
For those people that like this kind of a meal, I think it is a winner.
Yeah, it is. Thanks for joining me. Eric actually wants seconds, so we're going to give him
that's good.
He likes it.
I like it.
It's sort of like this comforting, like, weeknight meal. It's like a family meal. It wouldn't be like invite guests over your house kind of meal.
I don't know if they like this stuff. You can.
Eric likes it.
I like it. Invite me over.
I'll eat a little bit more.
You got that, Mark? Make this. I will come over.
Eric loves tater tot casserole, though.
Even if it is 1,800 miles.
Because I made him tater tot casserole one time, and he scarfed it up. So, it's like a family, quick, kind of comfort meal. I would make it from fresh chili, though. Maybe if you had a leftover. I wouldn't use the can. So, cheers, everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome, cooks, to the recipe tots. We're going to make cheesy chili tot. We're going to try out one of your recipes. Your recipe for chili. We're trying out your tater tot recipe. Welcome, cooks, to the recipe vault. Today we're making chili